A middle-aged couple with two talented children. The eldest daughter is known as obediently obedient to her parents and always has good academic achievements. Due to being raised by her parents wholeheartedly, she excellently won a scholarship at the University of Toronto and smoothly completed her undergraduate degree there. Thanks to that, Jennifer Pan was accepted to work at the blood laboratory of Sikit's Hospital. The girl is the pride of her parents. October 8, 2010. The mother was killed and the father was shot and wounded, but he was treated in time to save his life. Uncovering all the lies. None of the girls received a college scholarship or worked at a prestigious hospital. That is the story of the shocking case of Jennifer Pan, a 24-year-old girl who coldly killed her parents because she had endured enough tiger parenting education. Having always been a child who had to live for her parents' expectations. From a young age, she had to practice skating and piano every day, whether she liked it or not, in order to reach the gold medal. But due to an injury, her parents put aside their expectations for extracurricular activities, instead focusing on fostering and forcing Jennifer Pan to study. At the same time, she is also strictly prohibited from activities that are considered unhelpful to learning. Just like that, Jennifer was almost imprisoned by her parents for 22 years of her life, even when she became an adult. Jennifer's whole life was always weighed against other people's children. As a familiar motif in the behavior of parents with children in the family, but the resentment accumulated over the years with a mentally damaged person due to the harsh tiger parenting educational environment made her commit this horrible crime. To clarify the cause of the Pan family tragedy, we need to know about the two concepts of tiger parent and tiger parenting educate. The first is about the definition of tiger parent, known as the typical Asian parent type, which is strict, ferocious like a tiger, and deeply expectant with their children. Tiger parents believe in love for the whip for the leap. They also believe in labor and knowledge like doctors and engineers, so they always want their children to study well and succeed at all costs. But underneath the ferocious shell, tiger parents are willing to sacrifice everything for their children to have a better life. And the way of tiger parenting's education is that parents are highly invested in ensuring the success of their children. Specifically, tiger parents will always push their children to achieve good academic results or to achieve the best in extracurricular activities. They almost do not allow anything they consider to interfere with their children's learning. So children who grow up with this education will be kept under house arrest for the rest of their school life. Although the origin of this way of education is from the truest love of parents for their children, it is what brings extreme physical and mental abuse to the child. Always trying to be equal to someone, always getting high marks and prestigious awards, not accepting failure, and always pleasing parents is what the child will run for the rest of their life. Consider it a measure of life. Therefore, when they grow up, successful children will continue to apply this method to their children. And that's why this tiger parenting education is so popular in Asia. So when the reality of tiger parenting education is not the same as the theory, what will happen? As Jennifer Pan in the tragedy mentioned above, those children who grow up under the pressure and fear of failure will develop the mentality of wanting to destroy what they consider the source of all their fears. But when the attachment to the family is strong, but at the same time the self-hatred is too great, the children who grow up under this tiger parenting education will choose to destroy themselves. Or some people choose stimulants or alcohol to forget the problem temporarily. But this choice also makes their life uncertain, not seeing their purpose and meaning in life. According to Baumrein's 1971 classification, extreme tiger parenting is comparable to authoritarian parenting. Growing up with the tiger parenting method of education, children will often be under stress and pressure, leading to the risk of depression. They often worry about self-worth and achievement, dependent confidence, weak social, emotional skills. promote perfectionism with unrealistic goals. When the parents are old and the children are grown up, it will be almost impossible to mend the family relationship because this authoritarian method of education has created a great barrier in the relationship between parents and children, causing the child to feel an invisible pressure when walking home, easily creating psychological fear when interacting with his or her parents. One thing that few parents anticipate when choosing to educate their children like this is seeing their children fear failure and lack confidence, not dare to go out of their comfort zone. As a parent, it is ideal for your child to grow up healthy, both physically and mentally, to be free to develop themselves. Parents should choose a healthy and effective way to educate their children. Children are sensitive subjects and vulnerable. The damage that causes them to seem small can haunt them for a long time when they grow up. On the other hand, the period in the first years of life is when children form a personal identity and are heavily influenced by their surroundings. Parents need to be respectable model role through important values such as thoughts, moral values, and behavior to create a good environment for children to grow up in. Accompanying parents through seminars, community campaigns, and forums, Unicef provides information and materials to know more about ways to educate and care for their children. Unicef wishes to join hands to create a healthy community with parents who are well aware of the factors affecting children's development to contribute to creating a better future for children and society. Unicef believes that every child deserves to grow up in love and happiness. Unicef, for every child,